awesome UFC.
Were you at that fight?
I was not at that fight. Was not. I was at home, but it was nice to see him get that standing ovation and have them bring him out. All right, where is our Darren Till versus Tyron Woodley? Where are you, Tyron? How do you guys get my beard looking so damn good in this game? How'd you guys do that?
It's our rendering team.
That's it. Yeah,
Rendering
the rendering
team
does a phenomenal
They
job.
did a good job.
Yeah.
Like very, very good job. They even got the fade to it too. With the,
There you go. There's Darren Till.
Put some extra sheen in there.
That's
Little conditioner.
Oh yeah, they did. That's a lovely tattoo he has too. Look at that smile. I just looked at it and I was like, I feel like I'm fighting two people with that arm. Where are you?
Am I remembering right? That's his ex-girlfriend.
Is
I
it?
seem to remember him saying that was his ex-girlfriend.
Did you have to get it like
I could be wrong.
a send and release
Yeah, as you
form
Google
for
that one.
Google that.
Darren
It
Till.
was Darren Till's tattoo.
Yeah.
It might be a mermaid. Mermaid D people, by the way.
Yeah, let's make sure.
All right,
3
here we
rounds.
go.
All right.
Air
let's do this.
Canada, difficulty normal, 3 rounds. 3 rounds, okay.
Yeah.
So I remember in the first one, everybody can do flying knee. Like you said, they were doing moves that weren't realistic, right?
Yeah.
So in this one, in UFC 3, is everybody have a set move? Like I realized when I was grappling with my character, I was able to do Kimura from side control. I was able to take the back and choke you out.
Yeah.
I was able to do the mighty whiz bar.
Yes.
So with this character, so with Darren Till, obviously his strike is gonna be, it should be more fluid, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
And to where Tyron Woodley should have more of the power. So how's that go? Is that going into the stats play, or how's that?
The
play
big
out?
thing is the movesets. So we're a lot more, I'd say, conservative with the movesets this time around. In UFC 2, we kind of erred on the side of giving people techniques that they could maybe throw because they train
Gotcha.
discipline or whatever.
Gotcha. That makes
Now
sense.
we're holding back to things that people have actually thrown in the UFC or in other promotions as they were coming up. And so the Mighty Whiz Bar, for example, you are the only one that can do that in the game across
Hear
the
that?
whole game.
So make sure you play as me if you want to pull that move off, okay?
Same with like the Showtime kick. There were a few people that had it last
Oh, yeah,
time.
yeah,
People
yep.
were complaining about that, so now it's Anthony Pettis. I think
Gotcha.
there's one other guy
I like
who did
that.
it
That's cool.
recently.
I think that's good. I think it,
Yeah.
it builds more of a depth to that certain character,
Yeah.
right? Because
So the moves along with the custom combos, I think fighters are going to feel a lot more unique this time around.
gotcha. Look at that beard.
Jeff, there's a question for you.
Yeah.
What are the biggest improvements since the beta?
Since the biggest improvements, man, there's a lot. Definitely, I think the stamina thing adds a lot of depth to the game. I'm really happy with that. We made a bunch of improvements to little bits of responsiveness in the game here and there. Those ones are really big. They should make the game feel a lot better. Oh man, what else was there? There were a bunch of missing feints in the game. We fixed all of that. You couldn't block after feinting, so when people were canceling their strikes, they were eating punches. So that's a big fix. Of course, the high-profile, flashy ones, the ragdoll tuning that went in. A lot of people were complaining about the ragdolls.
That right there.
Yeah. So that was interesting because we knew about that going into the beta, but we focused a lot of our development time on gameplay stuff, so that we were able to test out the actual gameplay in the beta, and we knew the ragdoll tuning wasn't done.
Yeah.
But we said, you know what, let's focus on gameplay because that's what's important. We got a ton of feedback, more than I was expecting on the ragdoll stuff, but luckily we were kind of already on the path towards where we are now. So
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of ragdolling when I played the beta.
No.
I didn't see. I mean, compared from when I played the UFC 2 beta
Yeah.
to the UFC 3 beta, didn't see much ragdolling at all.
yeah, it was it was a new system, but it hadn't been tuned yet, so it kind of switches between a bunch of fall animations on the way down, but it was kind of playing a stiff-looking animation once you hit the ground.
Gotcha.
Now we've loosened it all up, so it starts off playing an animation, so it looks realistic. You don't get those uppercuts flipping guys over completely, but once you hit the ground, you're loose, more like a ragdoll.
Gotcha.
Looks a lot better.
Those uppercuts are actually legit when people do front flips. The
Oh,
ragdoll,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just real. It happens all the time.
Jeff,
Right.
how big of a difference is the RPM tech from UFC 2?
Oh man, it's huge. I don't know. Have you played UFC 2 since playing UFC 3?
I have.
you gone back?
I have gone back,
I
and
couldn't believe how different it was.
the thing was funny is that I was like, look at this flying knee. It's so easy to do all these moves. And I played this one, I was like, I can't do a flying knee. I'm like sitting there, like, how do I do it? How do I do it? Oh, here we
The
go.
biggest thing I noticed was when I just picked up the controls and started moving around,
Yeah.
it felt so sluggish compared to UFC 3.
Well, the big one too, Jeff, for us is in UFC 2, your feet were cemented to the ground, literally,
Yeah.
so you couldn't strike moving forward or back. UFC 3, obviously, you can do it both forward and back, so
Here we
full
go with
range
the
of
leg
motion,
kicks
right?
again.
That's probably the biggest
DJ
change.
loves his leg
Yeah.
kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that. Definitely the movement as how I'm just moving the joystick right now, and then move my head as the modified way. I just slip that cross. You see that?
You couldn't do
Whoa, you just did that jab too. What you got, baby? Come on, baby. Come on. My stamina's going on. I got blocked now. Woo. Look at you. Go. They need to fire you. They need to fire you. Hire me. Well, look at this.
The other big one too is obviously the combos, how smooth they are. Just chaining together those combos with the movement was never possible because you couldn't move before. So
yeah.
It's a game changer. I think, DJ, you said it earlier, where strategically you have to fight different now.
Yes.
Which that completely changes the game from ground up, which then goes directly into the controls. So while the guys are playing, I'll just talk to the controls briefly. We listened to everybody's feedback through the beta. We read all the forums. What we saw in the beta was after a couple days, because obviously with the new controls this year, there's a learning curve. But after like day 3, day 4, you know, our community, our players got really used to the controls because of all the nuances and all the subtleties, like you're just doing slipping and dodging and chaining these combos. So, you know, I just, you know, challenge the community, put the time into the controls, spend a couple days, really start to master the feeling. And get a feel of it, right? Because the controls go directly with this new system.
Yes.
Right? We had to change the controls
I got him rocked.
to match the RPM tech.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to show them. Is that okay if I show them the moveset, the
Yeah,
combos?
go for it.
So I remember when I usually, I mean, when you play games like this, and like you said, you guys took time and effort to make everybody stand out very uniquely to have their own combos. Like I was doing triangle and circle with Tyron Woodley, and he was throwing uppercuts. He was throwing a high kick. So if you want to find out what the combos the character's going to be able to do, you just go to Game Help, go to View Moves, and right here, and you actually have combos, like a set of lists of how to do your certain combos. These are punches, kicks, L1.
Yeah, go all the way over to the right there.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah.
R1. And here's my boxing combos, my kickboxing combos, Muay Thai combos, and empty. I'm assuming it's for customized.
No, traditional, yeah. That's
Traditional.
So it doesn't have any traditional.
Gotcha. So if I go to the boxing combos, level 3, here's a combo. So you do L2 square, R2, L2 square, L1 square, and you're going to do that body jab, lead hook. And then even some of the combos get pretty intense when you get down here. I mean,
There's a lot.
You can do
Look
like
at that!
5-hit combos.
what is that? That's a jab, hook, lead uppercut. And right there, it's already giving you how to get that combo off, which I think it's, like you said, it's unique to that play style of that character. To for me, when I pick the game up, I'm like, square, square, triangle, X, circle, and it's like, ba, ba, ba. It's not as fluid. But now that I see this, if I just, hit square, circle, no, square, double, double, I'm going to do jab, uppercut, lead, uppercut.
Yeah.
So,
And in UFC too, people could like pretty much just switch lead back, any technique, and you'd get a combo up to like a length of, I can't remember what it was, 5 or 6 or something. Now you got to really know your fighters' movesets. You got to know what combos they have, and it takes a lot of muscle memory, I find, to throw these combos. You got to really practice them to be able to use them in the heat of a fight.
Oh yeah. I'm actually just cheating now. I'm just trying to get myself some combos. Okay, you ready to go? Yep, I got a brand new combo. Watch me hit with this 3-piece chicken wing. Come on. Where you going?
Hey, Mark. Brian is watching from Mexico. He wants a shout out.
Hey, Brian Hayes, what's shaking?
Brian Hayes.
Hey, Brian Hayes.
Hey, make sure you put a lot of sunscreen in that head.
Yeah,
I know you bald.
Just lobstering it up.
Oh, you're throwing elbows. How do you throw elbows?
Hold down the block button and press punch.
He's not throwing elbows.
Woodley doesn't have elbows, I guess. And knees are the block button and kick.
There we go. See, that's that new 3-piece combo I got. Triangle, boom, boom. Oh, right there. Okay. Hey.
And Robin will go through this later with career mode, but we have this new feature in the game as well, where if you're getting beaten by a combo, you could actually record that in the AI and practice against that as well.
So you're working your slipping and your dodging. Gotcha.
If you're
such
playing
a good
online,
feature.
if you're playing online and you keep landing a sick five strike combo, I'm like, man, how do I beat DJ? I can go plug that into the AI and just keep practicing it.
Gotcha. So you can just focus on that. That's good. Because sometimes it's almost like if that person, like, he was throwing a lot more elbows, he couldn't throw any elbows. So for that, I'm like, okay, I got to keep in mind that he has certain distances where he can be very dangerous at, where he gets super close. So, like you said, adds more depth into the game, or the character you're going to be playing. Instead of everybody you're just reskinning them, and everybody can do flying knee, arm bars. Well,
like a great example of that.
Oh, hang on 1 second, I'm busy.
Go for it.
Come on, find a hole. Block for dog. All right, you were saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't get the job
no,
there.
no. A great example of that is Damian Maya, right? Like
Yeah.
if he takes you to the ground, you're in a dangerous waters, right?
Mhm.
Whereas standing and bang with him, you probably have the advantage, right?
Yeah.
So we try to get all that depth and authenticity into each characteristic of the fighters.
Gotcha. Well, I remember,
Whereas you're just good all around.
that's how it should be. 100 stats all around the board.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I was playing the beta and I was Edson Barboza versus Khabib, and each time Khabib took me down, I could not save my life. Like, it was literally,
Powerful wrestling.
just powerful wrestling. I couldn't do anything to get up, and I was so frustrated. But at the same time, that's
real.
that's what happened in the fight when they fought.
Yeah.
Khabib mauled him on the ground. I was like, good for you, Khabib. Uh-oh. Overhand right. There it is. Yeah.
Nice.
What else is different in career mode?
So we'll talk about that in a bit, but
Okay.
the big hitters, like so Raman, our producer on Career, will walk us through step by step.
Mhm.
The biggest thing from a high level, we're just trying to build that immersion of the UFC and put it into the game.
Gotcha.
So like the weigh-ins, the press conferences, the blogs, social media. We even have Megan O'Leary in the game this year with like UFC minutes and trying to make it really interactive.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, if you're a UFC fan and you want to feel like it's what it's like to be a UFC athlete,
Yep.
that's what we tried to install into career mode this year. Really try to make that immersion come out.
Gotcha.
So some big layers in there.
Any bar fights or anything like that?
We'll save that one for the next one.
DLC download? Download content bar fight? Yaga.
But yeah, career mode is one of our obviously most popular modes from the community.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, you know, gameplay and career are two biggest areas of depth this year. The team's done an amazing job. A couple of years just putting all their efforts there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm excited to play career mode. Let me see if I get a bigger paycheck in the online gaming community than I can in real life.
Get that 7 digits.
Yeah, so then I'm gonna tweet it, take a picture, and tweet it to Danny. I'm like, Dan, what the hell?
Yeah.
I wish you were nice as the
EA Sports.
the EA Sports one. No, he's
Ours is in Canadian funds though, so there's 30%.
Oh, hey!
Hey,
Well, go ahead.
hey Jeff,
Yeah.
question about ground game and clinch changes since the beta.
Since the beta, we did a live tuner set during the beta that sped up clinch escapes so that it was easier to get out of the clinch, so people couldn't hold you in there that long. So that made it into the final version of the game as well. We tuned up ground and pound, so block breaks down a lot faster on the ground than in the beta. Uh-oh.
What's going on? Oh,
End
end
around.
around.
End
Okay.
around.
I thought you were trying to kiss me. Get off me!
Yeah, so tried to make ground and pound similar to UFC 2 in terms of how many strikes it takes to knock someone out. Mostly just minor tuning based on feedback. No big changes since the beta. Outside of that.
But maybe we speak to the overall changes from UFC 2, like the submission.
Yeah,
timing
UFC
and
2.
gates.
Oh yeah, that was the other big one. Was the submission gate tuning.
Yeah.
I'll switch my stance here.
I'm trying to distract him so you get.
I know, I
That's
get
good,
it. Well, that's one thing you guys told me too. Like when you switch stance, so right now Tyron Woodley's in the orthodox stance, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so if I go, the basic combo of the game is square, square, triangle, which is gonna be jab, jab, 1, 1, 2.
Yeah.
But if I switch to southpaw, now my
Yes.
controllers change. It's not gonna be square, square, triangle. My
Yeah.
square becomes my cross, and my triangle becomes my jab.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn cool because in real life that's what essentially happens. So now it's gonna be triangle, triangle,
Exactly.
square. Which
And you've done a lot of damage to my left leg, so now I'm forced to switch stance, and now my combos come out completely different. So that's a huge strategy for people. If you want to attack the leg, you can get your opponent to force them to switch stance, put them in an uncomfortable position, hard to throw strikes, easier to finish.
Yep.
And to that point, when you're circling and you want to catch him, maybe if you're circling to your left and you want to catch him with the hook.
Yep.
So that all comes into play now that you can move while striking as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a lot of depth. A lot more depth in this game. Because when I did that, I was like, why is my square, square, triangle not working? And you're like, you're in southpaw. And I was like, oh.
Question for you, champ.
What's up?
Where do you keep all your belts?
I only have 3 belts right now, and it's in my office downstairs in the closet. 2 of them are in the case, and one's out of the case. Why did I break? I want to take them down. I should be the superior grappler. But I keep them at the house. I'm waiting for, hopefully one day I get all the rest of them. I haven't been on Dana White about getting the rest of them, so I was trying to
You took that sick photo that one time.
take it. It was very overwhelming when I got that photo, too.
Yeah.
All those belts. The buddy who brought him out there almost broke his back trying to get him to us.
Did you blow that photo up?
I did not.
No,
I did
that'd
not.
be sick in your office.
That's the thing. Like, if you come to my house, there's no
Memorabilia, yeah.
no memorabilia of me at all on the wall. So I almost kind of feel sad about it because where's my Kimura? Okay.
Here's a new transition that's new to UFC 3, the up transition side control. Put pressure on his face and get back to half guard.
Gotcha. How you gonna take my back? This is hacks, hacks, hacks.
So there we see the new HUD on the bottom.
Get out of here! Get him out of here!
Oh, broke it.
Come on.
That's something we didn't have in UFC 2 as well, showing the gates, so our players know exactly.
Oh, how far you need to go to be able to
Yeah.
submit this, get a submission?
We just made it a little bit more accessible to read.
And are there different variations of
Let me
gates?
show you how to submit somebody. Let me show you how to submit somebody, okay? Just sit there and let it happen, okay?
Yes.
Just let it happen. Shh. Hey, hey,
Let's
hey.
go to sleep.
Uh-oh. Here we go. baby.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
So close.
I know.
Oh.
Whoa! Saved by the bell!
Saved by the ding dong.
Dang it!
Yeah,
Thought I had it.
Was there a question, sorry, about the gates?
Yeah, it was just, are there different gates for different submissions?
Well,
Yes.
different submissions have different gates, right? So, like, the Mighty Whiz Bar, that has one gate.
One.
So
One
you
gate,
land-
so-
you land that baby, you're...
One.
In a lot of trouble.
That's a special.
One. That was it in
Oh,
the fight?
decision.
Oh, that was the end of the
Is
Who
it
fight.
only
you,
a 3 round?
chat, who do you think won it? Who do you think got
Reza,
it?
who wins?
Woodley or Till? Who do you think got it? Here we go.
Who is it, Reza? Quick.
You looking at my face?
Oh,
Oh, no.
Rob.
No way, Rob.
Yeah.
We must be in Vegas. That's what this is. That's what's going on here.
Spot on, judge call.
Next,
Oh, my
next
goodness.
matchup, people want to see, a lot of people want to see Gaethje in the
All right, let's do
signature
that.
blocks.
Yes, let's do that.
So let's
Nice.
do Ferguson Gaethje.
Okay. Snap down city. I'll be snap down city because I'm going to do that signature block.